Hi guys, so welcome to my channel yet again. I needed to do a part 2 of this video and I hope that you can see me clearly of my driving and importation journey. And on this part 2, I'm actually doing more on the importation, like the documents that you're required to have, what the process was for me and what you should expect even as you do that. Number one thing that I would want to urge you is that just wear your patience on your sleeve because you are going to need it. It requires a lot of patience. So number one thing that I did is go to the NCPWD offices in Westlands. That's National Council of Persons Living with Disability. So the first thing is you write a letter to them and requesting to be, recommended for exemption. And when you go there, there's some things that you go with. There's a copy of your driving license, of course. You also need a bill of lading. You need an original medical certificate. You need an invoice of the car that you've purchased. You also need a tax compliance certificate, cash remittance transfer slips, just to show that you have been you are the one actually who paid for that vehicle, and bank statements for this one for 6 months. So these documents, and of course your national ID and your ID for the council. They usually have a small ID for persons with disability. So you do a letter to the Mkubwa and requesting to be exempted, and so they actually in return now give you a letter to take to KRA, and in the letter they are saying this person we would this is a recommendation letter for her to be exempted on this car unit number, this chassis number, blah 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 blah. She's a member of the council and this is her number, her ID number. So with that, you go with that now to the Kenya Revenue Authority, and remember that you also have this document. So I would suggest that if you're doing it, you photocopy this in duplicate, one to leave at the council and the other ones to take with you at the KRA. So when you go to the KRA and you submit, there's someone actually who sits down with you and sees, like I don't want to say they investigate, but they look at the disability. They just ask questions. What is your nature of disability? They also peruse through the bank statements. They want to see the actual money that was going out from your account to the one you're buying your car from, and they also ask where you're working. I can't remember if you attach payslips, but they ask you where you're working. They just want to ascertain that you're actually the one doing it, because I was asking why all this process, like some people are taking advantage to use persons with disability to get the cars so that they can drive themselves, not actually being used for the intended reason. So that is now KRA at the headquarters, that is Nairobi. You take it. Also remember the copy of driving license, the medical certificate, all those you take. And you also now in this place you write a letter to customs requesting for exemption of tax. Now from there you go to from there they will write a test drive letter. Now that test drive is intended for the customs in Mombasa. So for my case, I was importing. So that the letter the KRA gave me is to say that this person, I can't remember the exact words, but the thing is to the customs to actually let what is the letter about? Let me just remember. Or to test drive before a customs officer, and then the customs officer will make a report and back to KRA for just to verify that they saw me and I did a test drive before an officer, and my car was fitted to be used for persons with disability. Now once they do that, I remember that's when I went to Mombasa for that test drive, and they take pictures because they also need to attach those pictures in the report. So they took my pictures. I had to do a test drive. I did fit in something that would enable to drive. I don't know how it's called, but it's fitted on the, like, it's a hand control. Like with the hand, I can be able to do the brakes and also do the fuel thing. Because remember guys, I told you I'm driving with my left foot, only one left foot. But when I was doing the driving classes, I was not using the hand the hand control. But now because of verification, you need to show that it has been fitted. But my doctor actually said that I can be able to drive any car, but it can also be fitted for my use. So you literally drive before the customs officer, and now after that, a letter now is written again to KRA in Nairobi, and then now with that they say that this person can get basically saying that you are qualified to be exempted from taxes. And with that letter, it is also CC'd, copied to NTSA, who issue the number plate. And when I talk about tax exemption, I don't mean that you don't pay anything. It's not all taxes that have been exempted. So there are various, I think there are 3, if I'm not wrong, as I was looking through my the mail that KRA sent me as the tax. So for me, I had there are some things in the list that I need to pay, which I did. So a large share of the tax is exempted. And so with that, then you get your registration number, and that's it. So I wish it was as simple as this video, which is like 8 or 9 minutes, but it was not. So it involved a lot of asking where the process is, a lot of phone calls from here and there, a lot of following up and emails. But at the end of it, it was successful. So just make sure, if you want to start the journey, it's never too late. But if you are importing like I did, especially with the KRA and also NCPWD, it's better to start as soon as you receive your documents, where you can be able to start, just start, and the other part will flow. So I'm glad that I was able to do that. And if you have any questions regarding the same, kindly feel free to reach out and ask, and I will gladly guide you through it. Yes, so that has been my experience, and I hope that if you get to do it, you enjoy yours. Usikwame, ukikwama, just ask. Thank you so much guys for watching, and hope you enjoyed.